What's up, people of the internet? I'm Billy Bob Thornton from Timbuktu. I'm here with my friend and co-host.
It is Ian, everybody. Welcome back to the Ian and Jay Variety Channel.
And I can't do it with that fucking voice.
Jesus.
Last
time was interesting.
Go from country boy to fucking corpse husband real quick. Yeah, last time kind of made me cry.
Yeah, last time was fuck Jane. Jane can die.
Yeah, we totally didn't spend like 20 minutes just sitting there ranting to each other about a bunch of stuff we wanted to do. Anyhow.
Let's kill Jane.
Yeah, let's just like pull out like an AK-47 as you do and just fucking spray until she's fucking dead.
Cause like a political assassination here. Like, come on.
I think that's the plan.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right. Public lynching. Let's go.
You just said that we were gonna lynch. I never thought on a YouTube channel that we were gonna talk about lynching a human being. Holy shit! Listen, they're fictional. It doesn't matter.
She deserves it. Anyways, the last one ended with John and Terezi talking about how they need to like talk to each other about things. But I'm noticing that this one's starting with Alt Cali, Aradia, and Solix, which is interesting. Which ones do you want to be?
I think I did Alt Cali last time, right?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Or at least I did whenever we first saw.
Then we'll do it the same as last time. You'll be Alt Cali and Solix, and I'll be Aradia, and I'll be Narrative.
And then John and Terezi, obviously, is how it is. So you're going to do Narrative? Gotcha.
I think that's probably the best.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I think you enjoy doing Narrative more than me anyhow. I like doing the voices.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. The timelines are...
Good job.
Fuck! Listen, I saw the red text and I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Timelines are interacting again.
Who? Do you hear anything interesting?
Don't be nosy, Aradia.
Aradia throws her legs over the edge of the ancient meteor facility and kicks them out into open space. Far below her feet, the meteor is widely overgrown. It landed here millions of years ago, after its fateful 3-year journey, when it hosted several trolls and humans, as they had a variety of critical coming-of-age experiences. It will stay here for millions more years, where it will remain indefinitely on a barren, desolate Earthsea, waiting to host a single cherub child, chained to its bedroom. But for now, it hosts these three. Yep. Dead Jade, whose body also happens to be hosting a cherub at the moment, is doing the same thing she does every day, sitting with her legs crossed and her eyes closed, using her still teenage body to scry into the abyss. The light from the outer rim of the stratosphere casts her face in powdery blue light. It's certainly a more becoming avatar for Calliope, most would find. The Calliope who Roxy calls a friend, in her moments of greatest self-reproach, would die for a body like this. The version of Calliope has been dead for eons, however, waiting for exactly this moment in history to reinstate her corporeal presence, couldn't care less about her host's appearance. It is simply serving as a functional vessel for the crucial role she now must play.
Yeah, what exactly is she doing? She's been, like, sitting dormant for the past, 5 years.
Apparently, yeah. With Aradia and Solix.
Yeah, it's whack. What would you classify as interesting?
Oh, the usual. Death, romance, astounding feats of destruction and chaos. Tell us what's happening in the dream bubbles of the great muse.
Please don't. Very well. Let's see.
I think I'm dying.
Oh no, what happened?
Nothing, that's the problem. I've been out here for so long I can't even remember how much time has passed. I'm out of supplies and I have no idea where I am, and I'm starting to think some really crazy things, like maybe...
None of it's real?
Yes, how did you know?
I've been thinking the same thing too recently. Lots of crazy things. And keeping them to myself is making me feel crazy, so the thoughts just get crazier.
Yeah, I can't remember the sound of anyone's voice but my own.
Well, your voice is pretty forgettable.
Are you nagging me, Egbert?
Maybe?
Pretty half-assed. But I'm flattered you think my voice is adorable.
No, I was obviously implying that your voice is annoying. Come on!
I got that, but since it was a lame nag, you were actually suggesting the opposite, which means you think it's cute, right?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but the defense would like to plead the right to, stop talking about this.
First of all, as I've already explained on numerous occasions, defense isn't a thing in my culture. Exactly which candy-ass legal tradition are you trying to reference here?
I don't know. I just said a thing that sounded kind of lawyery, like a joke. You remember jokes still, Terezi, or did you forget those too?
I'm just curious about the pathetically soft legal traditions of your old planet. One can at least hope your new planet has figured a judicial system that has more teeth.
Yeah, I think Earthsea has been getting there lately.
You have no idea how much this warms my pump biscuit to hear.
Well, I'm glad at least you're getting a kick out of it.
Please, John, I don't have much anymore. Just let me have this.
Okay, for someone who's suffering so much, you sure seem like you're still full of piss and vinegar out there. Are you sure you're dying?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Huh.
Interesting.
That is interesting what's going on.
The whole Terezi situation is strange. Okay. Riya leans over and sticks her nose in Dead Jade's face. She watches how her eyebrows wrinkle at the center just a little bit. So, what do you see?
Nothing I would describe as interesting. Please stop distracting me.
Okay, if that's what you really want.
It is. Riya, can you stop fucking bothering her? What are we even doing here serving as, the attendants for the super ancient wise goddess or whatever the fuck she is? If all you're gonna do is get in her face and hassle her about whatever cool shit is going on in her visions.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just really curious. Okay, wait. So, is Alt Callie gonna see Terezi? And is that why these two things are put in the same chapter? You think?
I'm not sure.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, no sign of her yet?
No.
Terezi, seriously, it's been years here. When are you gonna give up and accept that she's probably...
Probably what?
Dead. Terezi Vriska's dead, and none of us are going to see her or hear from her ever again. Not even you. And you know what I think? I think that even if you did find Vriska, it wouldn't matter. Because I don't think she even deserves your friendship anymore.
Oh?
If she cared about you as much as you care about her, she wouldn't have fucked off like this forever. Driving you crazy with doubt and uncertainty. Making you chase her through infinite nothingness until you almost starved to death. She would have at least given you the courtesy of closure.
That's not what Vriska is like, John.
Yeah, I guess not. So why are you still trying so hard?
Aradia stretches her arms out over her head and yawns. She launches from her perch at the edge of the meteor facility with a little somersault, coasting through the air so that she's level with Solix's face. She gives one of his horns a light tap to affirm her proximity. She talks in 5-word sentences, so even I am still in the dark about what she is really trying to accomplish. From what I've pieced together, she needs to stay in these trances or we're all doomed.
Aradia, being doomed is all I used to ever talk about. Even I've chilled out on all that shit now.
So you don't believe her?
Shrug. All I'm doing here is keeping you company like usual. The work is important.
See?
Okay, the least she could do is tell us why we're all doomed. Doomed is not a word I would use to describe the condition of those on this world. Even if my work is unsuccessful, the stakes for everyone here have nothing to do with the issue of mortality. To frame the matter would be misleading. To the extent that it is my naturally endowed duty to defend the innocent from wanton acts of destruction, from degradation and disillusion, it is also my duty to tell the truth to those I protect. And the simplest statement of truth for all of you to know is this: we are the lucky ones. What's she trying to say?
What the fuck happens in Meat, Jay?
I don't even want to know, dude.
Because she's clearly being like, we're the lucky ones. Meat has it way worse, right?
Seems so. I'm not sure. That could be what she's, nodding to, but I really don't have enough of a grasp right now to really understand.
Calliope lets out a long, thin sigh from between the teeth of Jade's corpse. It's more for effect than anything, as corpses don't actually need to breathe.
We are the ones fortunate enough to live in a reality that is beyond the influence of the prince. Who the fuck is the prince? I would like to know the same thing.
The prince?
Who are you referring to?
So because this is Homestuck, is this supposed to mean like a class? Like a prince of something?
I'm not sure.
Or like, is it like royalty, the prince? Because the only princes we know, in terms of class, is the Prince of Heart, Dirk, and the Prince of Hope, Eridan, and the Prince of Rage, Kurlos.
Yeah, but I don't think it's Kurlos, unless it is.
No. I mean, it could be Dirk.
I don't think... Oh... Yeah, but I don't think she'd be that dark towards Dirk. I think the only bad prince, per se, that we've really fucked around with was Kurlos.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just mean because it says this reality is beyond the influence of the prince. So the reason that I'm thinking Dirk slightly is because
he killed
maybe
himself?
He didn't kill himself in meat. Maybe he's alive in meat, you know?
I don't know. I think it's hard to be able to pay attention to what's going on.
I have no idea. But I'm just trying to
Especially
say,
whenever
totally
you're trying
possible
to
that
connect...
it could be a completely different character.
That's what I'm saying, like, trying to connect the two narratives that way. I think the only way we'll be able to actually physically connect the narratives is after we've read both.
Oh, agreed. I'm just, yeah. Who the fuck is the prince? I've never told anyone this before. Well, not anyone who cared enough to listen, at least. But for a long time, I felt like there's something wrong with me. Like I'm missing something important. The thing that everyone else has that allows them to be satisfied with the way things are. Like there's a huge void inside my heart. I'll never have what I need to be happy. Not by myself, at least. Does that sound stupid?
No, I feel like that too. I felt that way for years. Like maybe I died, or maybe everyone died back in the media, and I'm the only one who realizes it. Like I'm that kid in the movie where Bruce Willis is dead. It's a surprise at the end. Except Ghost John crawled back inside by the skin, and he's wearing it like a Halloween costume. That's why there's a huge hole inside me. Maybe that's why it feels like you're the only person who understands me anymore. Because we both got big howling ghost holes inside of us, and talking to each other makes it feel less lonely. That's what we did, Terezi. We filled each other's holes. What?
Will you read what you just wrote, dumbass?
Terezi, get your mind out of the gutter. I thought we were having a serious moment here.
John, I am serious. I think this is the end for me. I'm dizzy and sick and I can't smell straight. I feel like I could just lay down in this endless sea of nothing and just go to sleep. At this point, it would almost be a relief if I didn't wake up.
You don't have to do that, Terezi. You could just come home. Please come home.
Then what?
I don't know. We hang out and stuff?
John, you still don't get it. Earthsea is not my home.
Do you really miss Alternia that bad?
I did for a long time. More than Karkat and Kanaya did, at least. But I have no idea anymore. Alternia, Vriska, Scrub. I'm so confused about what I want. I thought that not killing her would make me feel better, but instead, it's like I retconned a huge chunk out of my soul. I erased an action of regret and grief, and just turned it into something I can't stop chasing after. Maybe what I did was necessary to save everyone else, but it sure didn't save me.
So maybe that means the only thing left to do is to let her go?
I can't, John. Not even while I'm on death's door, apparently.
Terezi.
I think it's time for me to go. Goodbye, John.
No, don't go. Please don't do this. If you just go off and die and I never hear from you again, I don't think I can handle that.
John, stop this. You're embarrassing both of us.
Terezi, if you had no intent of ever coming home, why do you even bother calling me? Are you really telling me that you didn't want me to talk you out of it? Didn't want me to talk you out of it?
I really didn't.
Then what did you want?
Let's say I just wanted to give you the courtesy of closure.
Fuck!
Yeah.
This is dark.
Yeah. Dead Jade's eyes slowly flutter open. She gets to her feet and brushes down her skin. Are you done working for the day?
The work is never finished, not until I'm able to deal with the prince myself.
And when will that be? The meteor is passing beyond the fall of night. Dead Jade, standing half in the light, half in darkness, looks up at the sky.
Not soon enough.
Fun! Dark out! And Swiffer?
Remember Swiffer? That was the person
Yeah.
for Krinaya's place.
Yeah, we just never learned how to pronounce it.
Oh my god! That gray text is my favorite thing in the entire world.
Well,
It helps
I'm doing
my
the
soul.
So I'm doing the narrative, right?
No. I'm doing everything. I think I'm just happy to have that gray text in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please don't tell me that they made Carcat sad. I'll be really upset. They probably made Carcat heartbroken and sad.
Maybe. Probably.
Swiffer, can you?
Carcat winces as the ground above him shakes and a scattering of dirt and debris rains down from the roof of the cave. His fledgling rebellion has found cover in the spiderweb network of tunnels running to and from the troll capital, originally built to accommodate the transit of incestuous slurry from the boonies to the mother grub. Though technically regarded as a critical infrastructure project, the caves here have never been used or appropriately surveyed by the world government. Back when all were on better terms, Jane was gracious enough to believe the maps Kanaya handed over were anything approaching accurate. With the tunnel entrances at the Brood Pit sealed, and the rebellion was safe for now. But the presidential drones were testing the grounds relentlessly, closer and closer every day now. It's not the dirt that's bothering him. Dirt is something you get used to, living hand to mouth inside a cave. It's that persistent fucking leak directly above his desk that is driving it to distraction.
Swiffer!
Swiffer Eggmog pokes her head up into the chamber. Aye, Commander, what's up? Carcat pinches the bridge of his nose.
For the last time, don't call me that.
Why not, Commander? You're the commander, ain't you?
No, I'm not the commander. Did I ever ask to be in charge? Did I ever accept an official appointment from some ostentatious military board? Have I ever successfully led a campaign against the increasingly oppressive regime that we suffer under on a daily basis? The answer to all these questions is categorically and catastrophically, fuck no.
Well, gee, Commander, I think it's a more of a symbolic title representing how much faith everyone has in you.
Wait, what fucking faith? As just discussed, I haven't done a damn thing to earn anyone's faith. So far, all this troll rebellion has amounted to is a whole lot of dick all with an additional side serving of jack squat, followed up by a final course of getting to watch our top analyst, Clipper Borden, being forced to dance to avoid life imprisonment in a labor camp on live television and making a complete ass of himself.
Jesus Christ. Carcat gestures toward the display screen showing a commercial for the next episode of Doing the Charleston with notable social figureheads, stars versus enemies of the state, with your host Jake English.
Jesus.
Ziffer's taciturn broodmate, Clipper, is indeed making an absolute fool of himself in the recap from previous week's shows. Failing to keep time with the jaunty beat and struggling to knock his knees together with the required vigor. The fact that he is shackled at the wrists doesn't seem to be helping.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a little no fun. Poor Clipper. He could record a stat like nobody's business, but no one ever taught the boy how to dance. If only we knew, this all could have been avoided.
No, he shouldn't have had to dance if he doesn't want to. That's what this is all about, Swiffer.
Oh.
What's the point if I can't even save one of my lieutenants from mortifying public embarrassment followed by a lifetime of hard labor in the cafe mills? If I can't protect members of the so-called resistance from the fickle and cruel vagaries of Jake's insane pastry-baked shadow dictatorship, how are we supposed to protect the common people?
It was Jane, but yeah.
Oh, wait, Jane. Sorry.
Swiffer frowns and tugs at the kerchief around her neck. Golly, look, Commander, it's a big question that I think you gotta take up with someone more in the know than myself. I just swept the floors.
Oh, yeah, right. Speaking of which, the leak in the ceiling?
Carcat throws both hands in the air melodramatically. A drop of stale water plops off one of his nubby little horns.
You know, right above the place where we keep all of our fragile logistics equipment. Didn't I tell you to fix that a fucking week ago?
Well, sir, you told me to take care of it, and I sure as heck took care of it.
Then why is it still leaking?
Oh, by fix, you meant you wanted me to plug the crack.
What the hell did you think I meant?
I thought you meant for me to mop up all the water that had gathered, and then use that water to swift the bejeebus out of the floors, which is by all accounts what I did. Carcat gapes at her open mouth. She grins back, unaware of any mistake in her part. And the only thing he can do is bury his face in his
You know what? I'm gonna go get some fresh air. By the time I get back, I expect the hole in the ceiling to be swift the fuck closed, or at the very least, put a fucking bucket under the leak or something.
Sir, oh my gosh, a bucket? Should we be seen consorting with a bucket together?
Oh my god, grow the fuck up, Egg Mop. I love how Carcat doesn't even care anymore.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
He used to be it's just imagining Carcat from the beginning of the story with buckets.
Oh yeah,
dude. Some of the fucking cosplay stories I've heard. Apparently, one person who dressed up as Carcat
cosplayer was pelted with buckets.
He was pelted with buckets because of one fucking scene, and that's
because of that
fucked.
Scene where John threw a message in a bucket.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that, but I'm saying that sucks.
Oh, yeah, no, it's horrible. There's a whole bunch of shit like that.
That's why I find that kind of toxic in a point.
Yeah, the Homestuck fan base was an interesting thing. There was a lot of bad things in it, unfortunately.
Agreed.
That being said, it was one of the largest fan bases of all time, which means that kind of is to be expected.
I mean, to be fair, it technically still is. I mean, it's not nearly. It's not. It's like it's died down a lot. But if conventions and stuff were still going on, there'd still be plenty of Homestuck people that were there and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, not nearly as much as there used to be.
They're still dedicated, though. Is the issue.
Yeah, that's what I'd cosplay a Homestuck character.
Exactly.
I'd totally do that.
And new people are reading it,
Yeah, a lot of people read it in 2020.
Exactly, I read it
because it's one of those things that everyone's just like, it's gonna take so much time.
Finally, I have time. I have time to do it.
I have time now. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a lot of crazy things about the Homestuck fandom. Jay, I took it you got that story from the what's his name's video, the RPG Monger's video on.
Yeah, he was talking about the fandom. Files. I thought the fandom. I just thought that video was so interesting.
It's a very good video. I like it a lot.
I thought I don't know. I wanted to see what the fandom was like because everyone complains about the fandom.
Yep.
And I just wanted to know what exactly happened. Dude, whenever everyone's spitting into a fucking bucket, that was so fucked.
At a restaurant, no less.
Dude, I would throw up.
Honestly, they can do that in someone's basement, but just don't do it at a restaurant.
Exactly,
okay?
Dude, I'd throw up.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting, but it doesn't hurt anyone. So if you do it on your own time in your own private space, then whatever. But don't do it at a restaurant where people are trying to eat, please.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. I just I feel like some of them were just so young at the time that they just didn't understand that socially everything they were doing was just so unacceptable.
Yeah, that and people would go under the guise of being in character.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just I understand you're trying to be in character, but that doesn't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want.
The sealing the paint thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just people didn't know.
The Sharpie bath.
What I'm trying to say is that people just didn't understand what the fuck they were doing. It is kind of fucked, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Very.
I don't know.
Extremely so.
He stalks past.
Yep. He stalks past his blushing assistant with a bellowboard sigh. Kirkhead has lived with humans for so long that he's grown used to seeing buckets regularly defiled. Now that he thinks about it, he realizes Jade has used more buckets to grow snap peas in our living room than any troll used for the purposes of reproduction in the entire history of Earthsea. The bucket taboo is largely emblematic at this point, an empty signifier for an endangered culture. As he stomps through the winding tunnels, thinking very hard about this incredibly tragic thing, his speaker crab crackles to life. Oh, that was a lot. Oh.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize you were still on the line.
Carcat's talking to Kanaya. Yeah.
Oh, they haven't talked, at least, if we haven't seen them interact since,
for a while.
The last time we saw them interact was back, at the end of Homestuck.
I think so, probably, yeah. We hadn't finished our conversation about the clandestine transportation of the Mother Grub, which I hope you realize is still an operation of grave importance, at least on par with the terrible threat of the leak in your office.
Sorry, I kind of have a lot going on right now.
I can see that. Please do not be so hard on Swiffer. She really does try her best.
Yeah, I know. To be honest, that wasn't about Swiffer at all, or even about the leak.
Yes, Carcat, that was obvious. Rose and I have been following the dance-off tribunals very closely this month. Your lieutenant does not have a chance, but do not let it weigh heavily on you. Everyone who joins the rebellion knows that being exiled to the cake mills is a very real possibility if they are caught. Oh my god, the cake mills?
I hate this.
That includes you, Carcat. If you bear the responsibility for the lives of every member of the rebellion, you'll crack under the stress. And as much as you are loath to admit it, you are the face of this movement.
Yeah, I hate it, but you're right. Fuck you, you're always right.
As my wife likes to tell me often.
Fuck her, she's always right too. How the hell do you two tolerate each other?
Quite thoroughly, enthusiastically, and often.
Wow, okay, that's enough review for today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to rub my interspecies happiness in your face. I understand that is a sore subject.
The only thing that's sore is my eavesdrop funnels from listening to your endless mothering.
Carcat, I'm not sure if you were to just...
Don't.
Call Dave and ask him to join
Wow, is that another cave-in I hear happening suddenly all around me?
He would be at your side.
We're being overrun by Imperial drones. It's horrible. There's death and fire everywhere, and I also can't hear a fucking word you're saying. So if you were to ever attempt to reference this conversation in the future, I'd have no idea what you're talking about, so it would probably be best for everyone involved if you drop the subject and never mention it again.
Okay, Carcat, have a good walk, and I'll talk to you about the mother grub tomorrow. Goodbye and take care.
Oh, yeah. You take care, too. Talk to you tomorrow.
Jesus. Oh, Carcat.
Poor guy's heart. His heart's so fucking broke.
I know.
I love how he faked, like, oh my god, there's death and fire everywhere, I gotta go. And then as soon as she was like, okay, goodbye and take care, it's like,
have a good walk.
Yeah, you take care too. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Carcat makes extra triple sure that he's actually hung up on Kanaya for real this time by fiddling with the tiny claw on his speaker crab until it's in the off position. The action of tuning his outdated wristwatch is interrupted by another earthquake rumbling around him. This one sounds different, however. He knows the sound of a drone strike like the back of his hand by now. It's a low, creeping bellow that pulses through the ground in waves. This sounds more like an impact that left a crater. Oh, God. Is it some ghost falling from the sky? Impact that left a crater. The last time something struck the planet that hard, it was Jade's creepy undead corpse. Yep. Carcat runs for the nearest exit and cautiously pokes his head out into the clearing above. There's a figure in the smoke. Her stumbling silhouette includes an unmistakable pair of horns. She takes 2 steps out of her crater before falling flat in her face again. Carcat runs to help her, putting her arm over his shoulders and dragging her out of the dust cloud from the impact.
Mina, what the fuck are you doing here?
Oh! So were we just completely right about them coming to Candy after what happens in Meat?
That's right. Maybe? I still agree with that.
About the Dream Bubble people coming, like, ending up in Candy? Okay. So Mina was fighting right alongside Vriska in Act 7.
Yeah.
So I think Terezi needs to come back to Earthsea and Vriska might end up here at some point.
True.
Oh god, if Vriska comes here and John has no way of contacting Terezi, fuck.
Anyhow.
Yeah. Mina blinks up at him with a pair of eyes that seem different to him somehow, but he can't put his finger on it. He has to admit, it's been a long time since he saw her. She seems singed, woozy, but mostly undamaged. Whoa, Shaddy McNubbs, is that you?
That's still not my name, but yeah.
Nice.
Whatever happened to fighting Lord English? Did that work out or what?
Nah, it was a total wash.
Oh.
Shit. Kirk continues inspecting her without much concern for coming across as weird. He knows something's off about her, but he just can't figure out what. Then a reflective gleam catches his eye, a gold ring on her finger. He glances back up to look at her eyes. They aren't blank, like all the other fallen ghosts are.
Wait a minute. Are you alive?
How did she get that ring?
That's what we're trying to figure out, my friend.
Because Callie had it last.
Yep.
Huh. Did John take it with him in Meat?
I guess we'll figure it out.
Oh, shit. John took it with him in Meat. Callie gave it to John in Meat.
Could be true.
Before he left.
I guess we'll just keep reading it. My theory might be right.
Yeah.
I might be a fucking genius.
Because Callie still has the ring as far as Candy's concerned.
I think I'm just a fucking genius, Ian.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch, I'm back.
Where the fuck did you get that ring? Wait, you didn't. Mina, did you rob Calliope?
Who?
The girl with the hideous green skull for a head. That was her ring. I was under the impression she needed that to live.
Oh, nah, man. It's not hers. I got it from some other total sucker.
Who?
Don't matter. Complete bonehead chump. You ain't be hearing from again.
Mina, are you fucking lying to me?
Nubs, I wouldn't do that to you. Not after all this time. Yeah, girl's fine. This shit's my own damn ring. Capiche? Carcat side eyes the revived heiress.
Capices, more like?
Capiche. Oh, well, Capiches? Capices. Yeah, it's Capices.
Sorry.
Carcat side eyes the revived heiress, flinching only slightly at the last pun before offering a reluctant nod. What are you up to?
Well, that's a lot. That's like a whole fucking explanation.
Splain away, Nubby.
Explain a wave. I fucking love that. I miss the puns.
Wave,
I miss the puns. I'm sort of in the middle of staging a wide-scale grassroots rebellion against an increasingly authoritarian global hegemony?
Hegemony? Hegemony? Because it's like hegemonic brute, right? So it's
hegemony?
the same word. Hegemony.
That is oppressing our people.
Mina leans in, assessing Carcat with a rapacious, shark-toothed grin. It seems that whatever she's seeing in this older, battle-hardened version of Carcat impresses her. She starts laughing big and bright. She slaps him so hard on the shoulder that he nearly falls down.
Ack!
Now that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I could totally use a new second in command.
Actually, you'd be my second in command. No offense or anything, but my face is already on all the posters. Also, I don't exactly have the most confidence in your command abilities, considering the last time I saw you, you were talking big about how you're going to take down Lord English. Now you're eating dirt on our shitty new planet, looking pretty fucking defeated. But to be honest, I need all the help I can get.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll be your fucking second guy.
You will?
Flip yes.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, just point me at where the action's at, and I don't even give a fuck. Where are the order? What are the orders, boss?
Okay, this is like, I'm not even sure how to say this. I'm actually really flattered and kind of sincerely honored that you all people want to follow me. It's like completely not at all what I...
You're ruining it, dude.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I mean... Hey, fish asshole!
Who, me?
Yes, fucking you, the fallen fascist dipshit with the stolen ring. Get the fuck in line before I put you in line!
Oh, wow. Yes, sir! Oh my god, Carcat reaches out and takes her hand. She has a very firm handshake. So firm that Carcat winces and eyes shut when she squeezes and hopes that she doesn't notice how much his smile has turned into a grimace. Above them, the sky tears open again and again. A new wave of ghosts pours in from Mina's doomed assault. Well, here comes the caviarlery. Caviarlery.
The what?
The caviar...
I'm also fucking ordering you to stop making garbage fish puns forever.
Oh my god.
God, I love him.
Oh. Okay.
This is nothing but narrative.
Okay, do you want to take this or do you want me to take this?
I don't care.
Me neither. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, just go ahead and run it.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go.
Let's get hype. Let's go.
John stares at his phone for a while. That's right, because Terezi just left. Thumb pressed to the space just below the send message button. He realizes he's not dwelling so much on the content he's hesitating to send, which now that he's looking at it seems no less vapid than anything he tends to bother Terezi with online, as he is on the nature of this correspondence they have, and his peculiar semi-annual need to bother her in this way at all. What is the relationship they have, he wonders? Does he even care that much? Does she? But if he doesn't care that much, then there's nothing to it. Then why does he do it? Why does he seem to put care into the nonsense he badgers her with? He supposes he could ask the same of many features in his life. Why does he care? Why does he put the time in? When you can't shake the feeling that nothing here has much intrinsic meaning or rings as canon, to drop a term he has to admit is worn out some welcome in his vocabulary, how does one justify even leaving the house? He thought he was over this, that he got his moping out of his system those first few years on Earthsea, and then started getting his life on track. He got married, he had a kid. That fixes everything, right? Oh, he wonders if his intermittent check-ins with Terezi have less to do with her personally and more to do with gravitating towards someone who's still out there, someone who could still lay a credible claim to functioning as an agent of relevance, a person who hasn't entirely forfeited their volitional integrity just yet, like a guy with a wife and a kid. Not a bad joke he just told himself, he has to admit. But it's not satisfying, because it's probably not the answer. The truth is, he thinks he just keeps texting Terezi because she's the only one who he knows who isn't here. John drifts aimlessly through the atmosphere for hours, thinking, but not thinking. The forest below grows thin, alien. He floats past the border of the troll kingdom where the grass starts to get sparse and gray, and sets down in a quarry surrounded by bare, thorny bushes. Instead of flowers, they're sprouting throbbing yellow pustils. John touches a branch and one of the pustils bursts, leaking mustard-colored slime everywhere. How could you be homesick for a place like this, John wonders?
More like Homestuck.
Yeah, right. Here's a question. Do you think this is going to end with, like, John coming across a bunch of ghosts falling from the sky? And that's, like, where Karkat is?
Maybe.
Then he remembers Terezi once told him about the place she grew up in. A quiet forest of blueberry and cotton candy. A canopy so dense she had to walk minutes from her house to be exposed to the sun. Even Alternia had beauty in it. But John is sure Earthsea probably replicates it the same way it replicates everything else. Thin and garish and fake. Fake, fakety fake. A bad photocopy with the ink settings turned to high contrast. A sunrise that casts no shadows. He's been contemplating this melodramatically for maybe 10 minutes when the sky rips open above him. Oh, yep. And flashes violent waves of red and green across the landscape. Having dead trolls deposited from the sky like this is far from unusual these days. But what comes plummeting out of the rips in space above this time isn't troll-shaped at all. Oh, never mind. It looks more like a meteor, a flash of metal and fire screaming towards the planet, trailing thick black smoke behind it. It outpaces the flames for a moment, and John recognizes it. It can't be. There's no way, and yet there's no mistaking it. It's his father's car. A whole ton of white metal oxidizing in the heat. The windows all smashed open. If anyone's in there, he can't make them out. John feels like he watches the car descend and crash against the earth in slow motion. It hits the ground with an impact that reverberates for miles. He's never moved so fast as he does to reach the crater. It skids to a stop at the rim. Below, the car is twisted and steaming, curled into horrible, jagged edges, but the back half's mostly intact. He sends the thrust of wind through the back of the carriage to blow both doors off and crawls inside to examine the seats, just to make absolutely certain no one was in it when it crashed. The metal of the frame is still so hot that the air surrounding around is sizzling, but John doesn't care. The back seat is a mess. It's smeared with shaving cream, with little bits of something strewn about. He pinches some of the dry, brown, flaky substance and sniffs it. Is this tobacco? Mingling with the shaving cream, those are red blood stains, but no flesh or bones or anything signifying the remains of a person. John puts a hand to his chest with sighs of relief, disappointment. He had no idea what he was hoping to find in here. Not his father, right? That would be stupid. Who needs to put his eyes on their father's corpse twice in one lifetime? But then he sees it. A streak of teal smudged along with the top ridge of the seat cushion at the center of a
You know
red...
what that is, right?
What?
Terezi's blood.
Oh. Wait, no, but Terezi's green.
I'd say it's kind of a teal.
Oh, did it say teal?
Yeah. A streak of teal smudge along the top ridge of the seat cushion.
Oh, okay. I saw the top. There are red blood stains, but no flesh. He had no idea what was happening with his father. But he sees a streak of teal. Okay, yeah, you're right. Fuck. You're right. A streak of teal smudged along the top ridge of his seat cushion. At the center of a red bloody handprint. With wide eyes, John reaches out and runs the thumb over it. It clips under his nail, the same consistency as human blood. The same color as Terezi's text. Yep. So who was the red blood?
Possibly Dad.
But Dad's dead.
Fair enough. I'm not sure.
He rubs the flaky crust between his fingers. He only stopped talking to her a few hours ago. Time passes differently out there, as he's often reminded. She was so sure she was dying. Was this it? Was this how she... John reels back, nausea striking him to the pit of his stomach. What kind of twisted coincidence is this? Why is he finding this now? If Terezi was here, why? Who was she bleeding with in the back of his father's car? It finally hits him. Not just that he hasn't seen Terezi in years, or that he's never going to see her again, but that it's that he never was going to see her again. It was over before it began. John's body is drenched in sweat. He staggers away from the mangled car, his eyes stinging from the heat. He rips his glasses off and looks up at the sky, an unfocused and unspecific field of color and possibility. It looks like a flat canvas to him, yet behind its flatness he knows it stretches back through an infinite expanse of pointlessness, a limitless field of uncaring. It seems to mock him. He points his eyes at the sympathetic dirt instead. The soft earth seems to beckon him, and he finds himself sinking to his knees, fingers digging into the disrupted soil. It's still warm, humming with energy from the car's meteoric fall. The sight of his arms stretched out in front of him warps to his blurry field of vision, bending and shimmering in the dying light. John realizes he's crying when the first wet droplets fall into the backs of his hands. They mingle with the dirt around him, turning the comforting earth to sticky mud. He doesn't get it, and he never has. A choked sob forces its way out of his chest. His fingers flex into claws, gathering up dirt into his shaking fists. He bears down until his knuckles turn white and his fingernails press sharply into the flesh of his palms. The pain makes him feel real. All he's ever wanted is to be fucking real. Then, as if not quite finished with the sky just yet, he turns his gaze upward to give it one last angry look. He feels consumed in that moment by the acuteness of his physicality and the overwhelming scale of his cosmic irrelevance. His lungs fill with air, and he releases all his years of pent-up frustration and anger and guilt and doubt and weakness and pain and misery in a blood-curdling shout that sounds more like it's from the mouth of an animal than a man. John screams at the merciless sky until his throat is raw and he has no energy left to even cry. No one hears him, and if they had, it wouldn't matter. Fuck. Well.
Epilogue 6, I suppose.
Yeah.
We only have 2 more. Well, 3 more counting this.
6, 7, and 8, yeah. So 3 more. Yeah. Wow, Jay. Holy fuck, that chapter.
What the fuck?
I need some water. Epilogue 6.
Whew.
Alright, so we got Vriska and Harry Anderson. I'm assuming this is Vriska as, the kid of...
It's Vriska, yeah, I'm assuming that too.
Rose.
And then Aradia, Solix, Jade.
Aradia, Solix, Callie, yeah, so... Aradia, Solix, Callie...
And then Carcat talks. Obviously, the narrative, and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, do you want to be Vriska?
I'll let you be Vriska. Vriska doesn't talk that much in the brain scheme.
Okay. I was just also Harry Anderson, so it's like, I don't know, but okay.
Whichever you prefer. Would you rather me be Vriska or Harry Anderson?
I don't care.
I just think your Vriska voice is better than mine.
Maybe, but this is also 5-year-old Vriska, or 6, or, young Vriska.
I guess so. So either way, I'm going to have to play a baby.
Yeah, unless you want to be the narrative.
No, take the narrative. There's too many characters.
Okay. 10 years have gone by. Oh, shit.
Yep. Like I said, I don't like the... It's been 10 years since the last thing that we saw. I'm assuming John never came back.
So Vriska and Harry Anderson are 15.
Oh, shit.
Poor Tavros!
Shit.
Anyways. 10 years have gone by. 2 minutes before midnight, a teenage boy crosses beneath the neon lights of the trollish slums, stepping quick and sure-footed atop the cracked pavement, as if this is a path he's walked many times. He's got on a coat 2 sizes too big, and a brimmed hat pulled down to hide his distinctive bucktooth.
Blacktooth? Oh no, that'd be awful.
Above him, Jane Crocker's face beams out from a holographic propaganda display, reminding the populace that curfew is in 15 minutes. Holy shit. This boy would like to say that he's too cool and daring to care about curfew, but the sound of Jane's cloying pre-recorded voice, rising above the noisy street, sends an involuntary shiver down his spine. Luckily, the girl he's come to meet does not suffer from the same instinctive Jane-based anxiety. She doesn't have many fears or inhibitions at all. About a block from where they usually meet, she swings out of an alleyway and yanks him in by his elbow. He lets a loose, shrill, unmasculine noise right into her mouth before she shuts him up with a kiss. Oh! I see.
Uh-oh.
Wink, wink. These 15-year-olds.
15? They're fucking horny teenagers, man. God, man. I remember when I was one of them.
After a few minutes of extremely novice makeout action. Novice. Harry Anderson and Vriska part, both wet-mouthed and short of breath. Harry Anderson wipes a bit of blood off his bottom lip. Vriska pokes him in the chest and hisses.
Which would you prefer to be? I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I was already Harry Anderson, so I don't care, but... do you want me to be Vriska? I could also be both. I don't actually care that much, but, like, there's a...
just take both. Fuck it.
Okay. What took you so long? Hey, give me a break here, Friss. My auntie has guards bringing down my neck all day and night. How do you get out this time? Harry Anderson rolls his eyes. He has beautiful eyes. He is a pretty successful combination of his parents' genes, all things considered. He's got his father's infectious grin, and his mother's long eyelashes, and his auntie's unusually blue eyes. Fucking Gamzee was all like, yo, Harry my dog, you go out and get yourself up a slice of that prime beef brisket. My one true homie, love is what makes the motherfucking earth spin on its axis. That and being politically neutral, brother. Vriska doubles over laughing at Harry Anderson's impressively spot-on imitation of Gamzee's mulish lilt and vaguely lewd posture. Harry Anderson starts giggling too. He can't help it. She's so pretty, and her laugh is both cruel and infectious.
Aww.
God, yeah, this is so cute. God, he always makes sure to point out that he's politically neutral in literally every sentence that comes out of his mouth, even though he's definitely still fucking my aunt. So lame. This is all so lame. All in all, such a deeply unsatisfactory state of affairs. Yeah, I hate sneaking around like this. I wish I could see you every day, or even, like, tell my mom that I have a girlfriend so she can stop pestering me about it. Vriska hooks 2 fingers under the hem of Harry Anderson's shirt and reels him in close. In that case, why don't we run away and join the rebellion together, Harry Anderson? Wouldn't that be terribly romantic? We could be wild rebels in love, like Karkat and Mina. Oh. It has been 10 years, Jay.
Wait a minute. Are they in love now? Oh, no. Wait, what's gonna happen? What happened to Dave? I bet Dave's heart so heartbroken right now because he wanted to see Karkat so bad.
But it's been 10 years.
It's been fucking 10 years.
But Mina did have a thing for Karkat back in Act 6, Intermission 3.
Yep,
back in Openbound.
I guess that they're finally fruition there. I don't want to talk about Openbound, man.
It was so long ago.
Yep, 80 years ago.
Right. Like Mina. Isn't their story great? I get so inspired thinking about it. Oh, I don't know if I could pull that off, Vriska. I don't really have the, rebellious stature of someone like Karkat Vantage.
The fucking stature of Karkat Vantage. No.
He's extremely short in real life, Just like Jay Wilson.
You dick, I'm 6'3" and you can't tell me otherwise. I'm gonna show up in Michigan with stilts.
Yep. Are they gonna be like under your pant legs? Or you get like really long pant legs, No,
so I'm just no. I'm gonna bring somebody. I'm gonna bring another short person with me, and we're gonna do one of that.
You're gonna be two short people in an trench coat.
Yeah, 3 if I'm not tall enough with only 2 of us.
Of course. God. I don't know if that's actually true. I think it might just be something that people assume because of, his personality. Like, he's overcompensating for something. I mean, I don't remember him being that short. Oh, yeah? The last time you saw him, you were like 3 years old. Get real, Harry Anderson. Oh, and when's the last time you saw him? Vriska shoves Harry Anderson, not playfully. Not playfully. He hits the bricks behind him with a soft oof and keeps laughing. Oh my God, Vriska, you always talk so big, but you're not any more of a rebel than I am. Oh, shut up. You don't know shit, Harry. My moms are totally gonna get me a prime commission at the Resistance when I turn 16. Yeah, whatever you say. It's true, but until then, guess we'll never know whether it's an official fact that Karkat's so short or not. I guess so. But anyways, I wasn't talking about his height. I was talking about the eye patch. I mean, I believe in troll rights and everything. I should hope so, but not enough to lose an eye over it.
They took his eye.
Yeah. Wow, Jay, this timeline is fucked up.
Yeah.
And Alt Cali says we're the lucky ones, which makes me terrified for Meat.
Me too.
I think meat's gonna be of more cosmic significance. This one's like more political intrigue.
I agree.
Wow. Vriska snorts at him condescendingly. Don't be ridiculous, Harry. She pushes him against the wall again and kisses him hard. If we really do end up absconding from our mediocre hot teen lives to become rebels, then obviously I'm gonna be the one with the extremely dashing and sexy eye patch.
Aww. That's kind of
Vriska.
sweet.
Yeah. It's getting pretty bad down there.
Who cares? It's officially something we don't care about, right?
I don't know. Is it?
The world is inconsequential.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Okay. Aurelia lies with her chin in her palms and looks over the edge of the meteor station. Under the shade of night, the cities of the Troll Kingdom form a twinkling filigree over the rocky landscape below. 100 rivers of gossamer lights in all the colors of the hemospectrum. All the colors of the rainbow, all hemospectrum. Jane's fleet is so massive that it blots out the lights of the capital. Is this what Alternia looks like from the sky as well? Aurelia lived far from the city, and that all seems so long ago anyway. Solix comes to stand by her, popping open a can of fizzy drink. Carcat's really going to fight that war, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think I didn't think he had it in him, but apparently all it takes for him to become the hero he was meant to be was for things to get extremely fucking stupid, like way more stupid than usual.
Yes, it really is too bad he's reaching this heroic apotheosis of his world that doesn't matter.
Please do not mistake the essence of my words for indifference. I said that this world was inconsequential. I was talking objectively. We've moved so far beyond the realms of canon relevance, but on a subjective level, we can view this world as a glass bubble, fragile, solitary, with a surface uncracked. The actions, struggle, and feelings of its inhabitants are certainly not inconsequential to them. While abstracted heavily and fully freed from all forces of narrative gravity, these events still represent possibilities that slept within the hearts of all who reside here.
Yeah, that's why the time hopping like the what's the word? Time leaps, time jumps.
Yeah.
Like why those happen is because this world is inconsequential in terms of like overall plot, I suppose.
Yeah. It's not worth it to.
So it's only showing the relevant bits, I suppose.
I agree.
Which I will either like or dislike depending on how Candy ends. Solix tosses Aurelia a can of fizzy drink. She catches it without looking, cracks it open, and takes a long, refreshing sip of the hissing liquid. In that case, I guess we should keep watching. On Earthsea, months go by at a breakneck pace. Teens fall in and out of love and hate. Alliances change. Revolutions fully germinate. Wars commence. And somewhere within that mess, John Egbert is the best man at Jade and Dave's wedding. Aww. He lasts nearly 2 hours before he gets a ruinous case of the sniffles. Oh, boy.
Wait, so he came back?
A lot. I guess. I'm really curious at what happened there. The event is being held semi-clandestinely in the mansion of one of Jake's wealthy television exec friends. Stages a reunion party for whichever of his old, stupid television shows people get nostalgic about these days. It's a smokescreen meant to throw the human government off the scent of political radicals like Rose and Kanaya partying just 20 miles from the seat of power. Jake claims there's no way they'll find them, but John sometimes gets the feeling that the whole planet's bugged. Wow. After nearly 10 years of unfettered monetary interference in the upper echelons of global hegemony, could something like this possibly fly under Jane's radar? It can't, right? John likes to think she's not so far gone that she'd tip off the government to send troops to arrest her friends and family on the occasion of her ecto-daughter's wedding. Yeah, so Jake is helping them out.
Yep.
By throwing a reunion party.
Yeah.
Aw, Jake. God, Jake is such a tragic character.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, fucking... Oh, God.
Yeah, Jake... It's not that he agrees with Jane, it's just he has a kid, so he can't leave.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why you don't have kids,
He fights with
folks.
Jane all the time, so it's not like a secret that he doesn't agree with Jane.
Like I said, this is why you don't have kids, folks.
Or you're in a good relationship before you have kids.
Being in a good relationship, that's not how the world works. Name one healthy relationship. And Rose and Kanaya don't count.
I don't know. I seriously don't.
Exactly.
To be completely
That's
honest.
sad as fuck.
Yeah. My friend Olivia is in a good relationship. It's very cute.
Are they really, or are you just saying
They
it?
are. They are.
Hopefully.
I can tell. Just, she used to be in a bad relationship with her last partner.
Yeah.
And that was really hard, and she's developed issues from it. But like, the relationship she's in right now, it's like really cute to see, and they're really cool off. They're really good.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he smiles his way through his best man duties, and then smiles his way again through the gallows humor speech Rose gives at a dinner, backlit by the flames of the Imperial drone factories turning away on the horizon. He wears a possibly genuine expression for a few moments as he dips down to give Jade a kiss on the forehead. She looks beautiful in her dress, and Dave doesn't look especially uncomfortable beside her. There is still joy to be found in the eve of war, Rose says in her speech. But John found precious little to be happy about in this world, even before everything went off the fucking chain. He is conspicuously unaccompanied. Not alone, of course. Jeez. He's been put in an honored seat at the head of the wedding party, with Jade to his left and Rose to his right. But Jade is with Dave, and Rose has Kanaya and their daughter, and everyone knows that John has lost his family to Jane Crocker. Oh?
Yeah. John probably can't see his kid anymore.
Well, not literally not literally to Jane Crocker. What drove Roxy away was him being depressed and just an all-around huge wet blanket who was impossible to live with. John is totally ready to own the fact that he was a bad husband, and maybe not the fact that he was a bad enough husband to drive his... but maybe not the fact that he's a bad enough husband to drive his wife to passively support a brewing genocidal dictatorship. She looks happier, though, whenever he's caught sight of her behind Jane. Calliope faithfully at her side, in any of the propaganda broadcasts that Jane passes off as business press conferences. By the time Roxy finally cut things off between them, he hadn't personally seen her smile in years. John has no idea how Harry Anderson is doing, but he definitely caught Vriska texting him under the table when he got up to get another flute of champagne. She's texting Tavros in another window, which is weird, but probably not as weird as John craning his neck to read messages over a teenage girl's shoulder. The idea that Rose's shitty daughter has more contact with his son than he does makes his eyes start to itch. He wanders out onto the ballroom balcony so that no one else has to see him cry for a second time tonight. It's a balmy evening, and John can smell the oil burning at the forge across the harbor. There's someone else occupying the balcony already, and it's not one of the party guests. A shadow standing with its back to the ocean, arms crossed, gaze fixed firmly on the ballroom windows. John takes a step closer and immediately recognizes Karkat's nubby horns and distinctive shoulder hunch. Of course. John snorts back his tears and jaunts forward with a jolly wave.
Hi, Karkat.
Do you want me to be John, or...?
Well, they do talk a lot.
Or, you can... because Dave also pops in, so...
That's true. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I if you want to be all of them, I can take the narrative. I don't care.
Is it cool if I just take them?
Yeah. Karkat blinks and looks up, startled out of his thoughts. He's grown gaunt since John last saw him in real life. In his Alternian military fatigues, and his admittedly bitchin' eye patch, he looks almost imposing, kind of dashing, actually. When he opens his mouth, however, he's the same old Karkat.
Hi again, idiot. What are you doing standing out here all alone like a creep?
Karkat's frown gets deeper, and he picks at the red cording that runs down the breastplate of his uniform.
I really shouldn't be here. Why not? You're on the guest list. I don't know. Maybe think about it for 10 seconds, John.
John chews his lips and thinks about it for 10 seconds.
This would probably be pretty hard to watch if you were still, all heartbroken about it. I wouldn't say that I was still all heartbroken about it, but...
John joins him at railing and bumps his shoulders. Karkat groans and runs a hand down his face, obviously still a little all heartbroken about it.
It's just that breakups are hard and often have unexpected consequences that can linger for years. You're telling me when my wife left me, she took an entire political faction with her. These chess guys sure do love Roxy, don't they? Yeah, the Carapacian human alliance has been causing us nothing but pain, to be entirely fucking honest. No one wants to be against the Carapacians. They're harmless. The fact that they didn't even get to vote on whether or not they should ratify the treaty really complicates the matter. The whole thing is a disaster on just about every level. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my god, John, stop being so fucking pathetic just for a fucking minute. Can you do that for me? I don't know. That's a pretty big favor you're asking me there, Carcat. Look, I don't personally blame you for any of this. First of all, for you to have had anything to do with that massive shift in geopolitical allegiances, that probably would have required you leave your fucking house for more than an hour. Wow, good pep talk. I'm 100% over my separation now. Thanks, Carcat. John,
God, I love how
serious.
John's like, when my wife left me. Like, that's something he can say now.
God, my wife. Dude, he can be a legitimate
Jay.
stand-up comedian now.
My wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better.
I want to leave. And what the fuck is wrong with you?
I stole that from Gravity Falls. It was Grunkle Stan's thing. He said that to someone who's like, get it? Because marriage is terrible.
Get it? Because the marriage is terrible.
To this couple who like was about, like one of them was about to propose the other one on like a boat. I love Gravity Falls so much.
I haven't watched it. I don't remember that specific joke, but I love that show so much.
It's so good.
If you haven't watched it yet, watch
but
it.
Our aim is getting better.
I fucking hate that, but I love it at the same time. My wife. Reminds me of Bo Burnham when he was making fun of regular comedians.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they always do that.
Yeah.
Dude, John Mulaney's fucking bit about his wife is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, coming back to what the fuck we were talking about. Wow, good pep talk. I'm 100% over my separation now. Thanks, Carcat. John, seriously though, you don't have to get over Roxy eventually. With everything that's going on, can you really afford to waste another 5 years malingering in your bedroom like a piece of fucking garbage? You know, the rebellion could really use a guy like you. If you think I haven't been given the exact same speech you're about to give me, expect about 6 or 7 times the length, then you don't know Rosalind.
Yep.
Okay, then what's the fucking problem? You hate what the government is doing as much as the rest of us do.
John turns around so that he can rest his elbows on the banister. The angle of the moon is cutting a sharp stroke of light over the water, like a blade descending from the night sky to shear the harbor in half. He takes a despondent sip of his champagne and sighs.
I don't know, it doesn't seem responsible, really, to dedicate my life to something so important when I'm in a place where I can't even find the energy to think about getting out of bed in the morning is important. In fact, it seems like it would be a pretty fucking selfish thing to do. What if I get distracted because I'm mad? No, because I'm sad. What if I fuck up by staring too tragically into the distance on an important mission and I get killed in a stupid way? John, aren't you technically immortal specifically in cases of getting killed in a stupid way? Yeah, but you aren't. Neither are most of your followers.
Gargat's expression turns hard, regretful. It's a frown made of granite, or some other manly kind of rock that chips easily when dropped. His one eye is glinting bright gold, reflecting the light from the party. He opens his mouth to say something, but is distracted by movement from inside the ballroom.
Oh shit, here comes Dave. I have to get the fuck out of here.
He fumbles with something at his wrist, and out pops a grappling line. With unexpected smoothness, he hitches it over to the edge of the balcony and leaps the railing in a single elegant bound. John watches him rappel down the cliffside until he disappears beneath the precipice shadows. Wow, Carcat grew up to be the kind of cool. Who would have guessed?
No, John, don't do it. Yeah, but he's just staring over a fucking edge. No, John, don't do it.
John spins on his heel to see Dave in the doorway, holding a bottle of champagne. He looks smart in his 3-piece tux, but he's still sporting the same old Stiller shades, which always serve to remind John how hard it is to believe this guy's almost 40. Oh, shit!
Well, I mean, physically they are almost 40. It's just like, they can't count the age.
Are you sure?
Listen, they don't age. I thought that was the whole thing.
See, I don't
when you're a
remember if
god
that
tier,
was actually...
you don't age.
Jesus Christ, are they seriously almost 40? Yes, they're technically immortal. That doesn't mean the encroaching milestones isn't making him feel dizzy nonetheless.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember if that was ever, like, specifically said that their body remains in that state. Because, like, I thought Jade mentioned specifically that her 16-year-old body was the dead one. And she was not. I don't know. You're probably completely right. I just remember that specifically mentioned.
Yeah, I remember that being specifically mentioned, but that doesn't mean that it was, like, that much younger. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was just from what they were wearing that they were able to tell how old.
Yeah, maybe.
I asked the Discord, though, so they'll let us know.
Okay.
I was like, can Godtier's age? So they'll get back to us. Anyhow, continuing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Huh? Don't do what? Oh, you looked pretty bummed when you left the reception, and then I found you staring into the ocean like you just snorted 6 lines of powdered midlife crisis off the bathroom counter. So I guess the joke was like, don't literally commit suicide at my wedding, dude. Well, not to commit suicide at my fucking wedding is pretty obvious, but in retrospect, I guess it's not that funny. But seriously, John, don't kill yourself. I wasn't gonna kill myself. And miss you, and also it'd bum out Jade pretty bad, and I have so thoroughly hitched my star to that Yift train in case you haven't noticed. Yift train? Yeah, man. You see, I don't want to know. Anyway, I was just,
I see. Okay.
just faking the fact that Carcat definitely, like, being like, oh, Carcat? Who's Carcat? I'm confused. What are you talking about? Hello?
John decided it's probably better not to mention that he was actually doing what he was actually doing, and definitely not to mention who just rappelled off the balcony with an alarming stealth and grace.
Appreciating how great the view is. Yeah, I love the sight of the military-industrial complex destroying the landscape in the evening. Come on, that's obviously not what I meant.
Dave comes to join John at the banister, gazing out over the water with a look at least as existential as John's. John isn't sure what to say about that, so he wiggles his empty glass, looking for another shot of sparkling social lubricant. Dave tops him off before taking a long swig off the bottle himself.
You okay, dude? Having been married once before, I gotta say, it's all kind of overwhelming, huh? Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know, Jade and I have been together for so long, this all just feels like...
Dave shrugs.
Whatever, I was just sort of hoping that, considering that we're working together in the rebellion and everything, I was hoping that Carcat would show. Oh.
John looks down and twirls the stem of his glass between 2 fingers.
So you're still not, over that? The whole Carcat thing? Will I ever be over it? The way I felt about him probably isn't the kind of shit you just get over. You just sort of live with it, no matter how it turns out. But he's with Mina, and I'm with Jade, and the whole world's gone fucking batshit, so what's the point in looking backwards now? Right?
John swallows a lump down his throat. Terezi's picture is still in his wallet, faded, dog-eared, marred by ragged white lines down the center from being folded and unfolded so many times, deep enough to be called valleys at this point.
Right.
They fall silent for a moment, soaking up the atmosphere, sipping their booze, contemplating the suckiness of being an adult. Dave lets out a soft laugh and slaps John on the back. John swallows his champagne wrong and starts coughing.
Yo, dude, thanks for being my best man. Oh, thanks, man. No problem. Because you are, you're my best bro, my main man, my most devoted dude. Cheers, John. Cheers, Dave.
Aww.
Shit.
Fucking their friends. Oh god, back in Act 1, how close friends they were. How Dave got those shades from John and wore them because how much it meant. Oh my fuck.
In a way, they're still there.
And they've been friends for so many years.
Yep.
Now they've been friends for like at least 3 decades.
Yep.
Alright. They toast. Lip of the glass to rim of the bottle. The sound rings out above the noise of the party inside. It rises up above the ocean to where the stars are turning, and dawn is already breaking on some other part of the planet. That's how the years pass, faster and faster the longer it goes. For those living on this iteration of Earth C, like John and Dave, it appears to be an illusion of age, an old adage to the perception of changing the older you get. The days get shorter the more the regrets pile up, but that's only part of it. Above this earth, the dead cherub is still meditating, waiting for the day when she can leave her own heroic hypothesis, waiting for the day that when she can confront the one she calls the prince. And on this earth, John is just waiting for the day that feeling finally stops. The feeling that he's still waiting for something, and the even worse feeling that years ago he missed the only chance to put an end to it. If you stand on a very high hill at dawn, you can watch your shadow move in an arc around you. 10 years to the day he last spoke with Terezi. John finally gets rid of her photograph. He stands at the top of a very high hill now, rips it into 6 pieces, and lets the wind carry it away. Whatever else happens now, it doesn't matter.
Shit.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Shit.
Okay. Do you want me to be narrative again, or?
I think I like you doing narrative. I don't know, unless you
Gotcha.
prefer not.
I like doing it too, as long as I'm not reading too much for you.
No, of course not. I'm just I know that I enjoy characters a lot. I know you enjoy
Cool.
the lore stuff a lot, so
Gotcha.
I think it's a good trade-off.
Perfect. All right. That being said, it's very rude, all things considered, for Karkat to start a war on Harry Anderson's birthday. Oh my god. John floating above the outskirts of the human capital, letting the breeze toss him to and fro. He's hanging upside down in the air, watching the first stage of the Troll Rebellion's forward assault begin to establish their defensive position along the border. Despite the government's paranoid crackdown at troll reproduction, they've ended up vastly outnumbered anyway, thanks to the incalculable deluge of troll ghosts pouring down from the sky over the last decade. Someone with political opinions might think that the entire quagmire was one of the human government's own making.
Quagmire?
John isn't really on record as having political opinions. Oh, I see. But he does think that the government approached this entire subject like it was trying to hold on to a water balloon by squeezing it too tight, and now it's about to explode in their faces. He's wondering if he should go see his son one last time before that happens. The battle is shaping up to be a pretty serious engagement. Both sides armed to the teeth with all modern military technology at their disposals. Warships, laser guns, laser cannons, laser mines. Wait, laser mines? Would those be mines that shot lasers or lasers that tripped mines? John hasn't been keeping up on the recent innovations in weaponry, although he has noted that the lock industry has finally started to take off. Oh shit! Jade was complaining about the locksmith industry being so bad at the beginning, so not well off. Dave said this was all to be expected in a war economy, but John tuned out most of his analysis, which is what everyone does when Dave starts talking about the economy. A flash. He was a stockbroker at one point.
That's a good point.
A flash above the clouds catches John's attention. Another ghost falling down from wherever it is they come from. John follows after the light with an exhausted sigh. The novelty of dead trolls falling from the sky has really worn off over the years, but he might as well go warn the new arrival that they've landed in the middle of an imminent war zone. He sets down the edge of the crater and peers through the smoke. He recognizes the ghost immediately because he sees a younger version of her almost every day.
Vriska?
I called it. I said that. I'm fuck.
Yep.
So now Vriska's back, and Terezi's gone.
Yep.
Vriska's face snaps up, eyes blazing, actual eyes with expression, color, pupils, and everything.
Wait, you're alive?
Okay, Vriska doesn't have a ring too, right?
Yep.
So, if Vriska doesn't have a ring too, then that means that because Vriska and Mina were alive, when they were, just Vriska was alive.
Yep.
Just Vriska was alive. Mina needed the ring.
That's
so
why
Vriska
she
was
doesn't
still
need
alive.
the ring.
Yeah. Gotcha. John skids down to the side of the crater and helps her sit up. He wasn't imagining it. She's extremely alive, and extremely wounded, and above all, extremely Vriska.
Oh my god, you're not just Vriska, you're actually Vriska. You're like literal for real actual Vriska.
Vriska shoves John away and staggers to her feet. There's a bleeding gash in her head, and something lodged in her chest. It appears to be the same material as whatever was piercing the center of Teen Jade's corpse. She's bleeding bright blue all down her side, but her expression is wild. What the fuck are you talking about? Where am I? I can't be here. I have to go back.
Back where?
I need to see what happened. I need to know how it turned out.
How what turned out? Vriska, you're bleeding horribly and talking total nonsense. We need to get you some help.
She whirls around and grabs John by the shoulders. She starts shaking him, voice crackling with crazed desperation. I need to go back. I need to see. I need to see.
Shit.
Fuck. Epilogue 7. Do we want to stop the video here?
What do you think?
I mean, we still technically are supposed to do 2 more, but we might only get to 1 more.
Fair
So I
enough.
think we should stop here.
All right.
Because that's epilogue. That was epilogue. The rest of epilogue 5 and 6. So that means in the last 2 videos we did 2 epilogues. So we're still on track.
Yeah. True.
Nice.
We might finish Candy next.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyhow.
Wow.
All right, folks. Any last opinions, things to say, Ian?
I am quite intrigued. Because
Same.
clearly this is building to something, and whatever that something
Obviously.
is Alt Cali being able to confront the prince, whoever that is.
True.
Right? And I think because it immediately paralleled when the text said that to John and saying, waiting for the day that he feels like he can do something again. That's totally the same thing. John's going to help Alt Cali.
Agreed.
Now that is going to be the tie-in to Meet, and I wonder if that's going to be the end of this timeline, like in general, it's just going to stop here, or if it's going to like just be a connecting event and Candy's still going to go on in the future. And Vriska's here, which I like kind of predicted. I was like, Vriska's gonna come back and Terezi's gonna be gone, which happened, unfortunately.
True.
And I think that's that. I guess.
I agree.
Fuck.
Everything's so fucking convoluted and scary.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if I don't remember how to fucking do an outro, that's a good question. How do you do an outro again? If you enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you beautiful, valid people out there. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought. Subscribe, post notifications if you want to see what we're doing next. Join the Discord because there's some cool people there. Follow the Twitter because Twitter's sick and I post a lot on there lately. And we don't have a TikTok, so that's awesome.
No, we do have a TikTok. You should join it because it's great. It's really fun. It's good
fun.
fun.
If I keep gaslighting Ian, he'll forget it exists.
It's good fun, and there's cool like lore on there. You should check out.
Fucking lore, man.
Yeah, there's lore. You got to figure it out.
Quote unquote lore, bitch, please.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's all for us. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.